Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 113 of Show For You, where today we'll be going over OTW by Niko DeMille. Now, I apologize on the numbering of this video, but this week I have been substantially ahead of schedule when it comes to my videos, so a slight apology for that. But yeah, so this song is, like I said, it's called OTW, and it follows more of a similar theme of a lot of the more recent songs about kind of conflict within oneself after a breakup of sorts, and just kind of hopeless romanticism. That's the thing about Niko DeMille. He could pump out 8 songs in a row, or however many songs in a row that have the exact same topic, like exact same lyrics, put a different beat on it, and it's a totally different, completely, like, uniquely wondrous song. Like I said, this has a very similar theme to like other stuff we've seen prior. Like, it's nothing really new, but like, ooh, the beat goes crazy on this song. Like, I cannot wait till it gets to Spotify, and until some of the other Niko DeMille songs actually get to Spotify, because there's only one out there and it's Reset, and I have literally burned a hole in that song because I've listened to it every single day for probably about a month now, or however long it's been out. Yeah, and I know I've listened to it sometimes multiple times a day. I believe one day I listened to it about 5 times. But yeah, so I can sing that song by heart now. But yeah, so this song OTW, it just predominantly focuses on a kind of one-sided relationship once more. What we see as the woman is kind of, or I guess the partner of Niko in this sense, is kind of just not there emotionally, and not really caring to be a member of the relationship because she has grown, I guess, cold toward it because of just presumably a lack of development, because one of the main questions about the songs and the lyrics is, where do we go from here? And that shows that stagnation has been reached. And so with this, we see as Niko is trying to give everything he wants, but he sees he recognizes futility in it, but he still wants to give all that he has. He mentions how he'll give all he has, and we also see at points though where he gets like questions why they're arguing, because that's not really what he wants to do, because he actually wants to see a healthy relationship. However, the partner does not in this circumstance, and we actually see that they have broken up in this instance where he says broke up and moved to LA. We broke up. I believe it's just broke up and moved to LA is the line, because it's one of the first lines in the song. But yeah, so we see that their breakup has definitively happened, but we also see as he's still discussing it, he's like, I'm not your man, but I could be something. He just desires to be in this person's life because he does love them. However, this person has been cold. They have lied about the little things to their friends. They don't want him to know where they are. And I mean, that's understandable, but also there is a level of transparency when it comes to a relationship. And yeah, you shouldn't have to know where a person is all the time. You shouldn't demand that, but if they trust you enough to give you that, then that is a sign of trust, and that is a sign of, I guess, belief in one another. Like, yes, it is more, I guess, of faith to not know where a person is at all times, and just believe that they are doing well. But if they feel, I don't know, not vindicated, but like promoted and safe enough with you to display their location with you, that does show an underlying level of trust, and that helps to remove any possible suspicion that may cause, maybe led to by a faltering of faith. Though, like, I don't mean like cheating or something like that. I mean like a faltering of believing that person is really just out there being faithful themselves. But yeah, so we see this, and just predominantly, like I said, it's just kind of a one-sided relationship in which Niko has fallen in love with this person, but they are not really reciprocating it to the degree that he had hoped for. Though they did love him prior, they did want him previously, and like that's one of the earlier lines as well. I was somebody. You were just somebody who used to need me, or something like that, and you were just somebody who used to love me. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the general premise. Now, like I said, when it gets back to the beat of this song is phenomenal, especially the graphics in the background. The graphics in the background, I love them because I love nature. And it was just cool to see the different panels of like the flowing creek, the deer eating on the grass, and all of that. And we also get to see like a cool little perspective of a pond. Well, not a pond, but it's actually a creek stream, or a stream, whatever you call it, and a rivulet of water. But yeah, so we see that, and actually one of my favorite lines of the song is, where do we go from here? Which is honestly kind of an odd line, because where do we go from here implies that they're still in some form of relationship. However, the beginning of the song leads to believe that they have completely broken it off because broke up and moved to LA in reference to the partner. So, like, I don't really know what's going on with there. Maybe just possibly trying to figure out how they're going to restructure their friendship, or some, I don't know, unofficial romantic relationship. I don't really understand that line. But teach their own interpretation, because like I said, what I might not understand, not like I said, but what I will say is, what I may not understand as a line to someone else, it may be like profundity to them. But yeah, so I just really like that, because one of my favorite lines in that was the "Where do we go from here?" and then it had the little creek, and I love a creek because I mean, I grew up near a creek. I used to build a dam in that John every like year, and there's still like rocks remaining there from where I used to build it. So I don't know. I like seeing little like visuals of a creek, and I've been loving to see the more recent Niko DeMille visuals. And now I did like this song because it does show quite a juxtaposition in the previous Niko DeMille, like specifically Niko DeMille songs we've been hearing prior, because all of them have been a little bit more quieter. And yes, like songs like Reset, they are louder, but they're more of like subdued. This one was more fast paced and had a good beat, good sound to it. I mean, the previous ones did too. It's just they were a different type of music. So I'm glad to see that the music we had with 12V will not be going missing with Niko DeMille. I mean, I know it's the same person, but like you never know, because I mean, someone might want to have a rebrand when they take a new name. Like, let's think. Like, I mean, Temple of Dog. That was a band that had like Chris Cornell, Eddie Vedder, and like a predominantly major portion of Pearl Jam. But then they became Pearl Jam and did their own thing. And like with Chris Cornell and the other Soundgarden people had already done that. But still, it's I don't know what I was trying to get with there. It's just like a change in direction, kind of like with Jim Root and Corey Taylor doing Stone Sour for a little bit while they're still on Slipknot, like something like that. Just kind of a change of sound, and I don't think that's what he's going for. I think he just changed that due to like publicity and getting out there. So yeah, I just really enjoyed this song, and I cannot wait to see what we get next. I hope it gets on Spotify. I hope all of them get on Spotify, because I really enjoyed them, and I do still really enjoy Reset. Like, I'm legit gonna probably listen to it today sometime. But I just like to have more ability to support Niko's music and to listen to other things outside of Reset, because I know, yes, listening to Reset a lot would do good, but if he has other songs that also get very popular, then that will also be phenomenal for his position as a music creator and artist. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about OTW, and all I really have for episode 113 of Shelf Reviews. So thank you very much for watching.